Welcome back to the channel, good friends. Brian from Apex Detail. This is yet another installment of Mail Call, and I'm also going to sneak in another top 3 from the year-end awards. With the end of the year quickly approaching, I'll throw together a quick mini-series of all of these together. Every single category, top 3 or top 5. Haven't made up my mind yet, but that'll be shortly after the new year. So I will continue on, and today's topic or category will be cutting compounds, and I'll sneak that in somewhere in the middle of the video. Let's get started with Mail Call. J-Mo has a question. He's working on 2013 Acura TL, a dark colored, and he used Meguiar's Fast Finish, and he has a problem with it streaking. He wants to know what to do. Remove it with what? What is the remedy? I would try putting another coating or two on it. Acura Soft Clear Coat. Soft Clear Coat happens to be very absorbent. It quickly absorbs whatever you're trying to protect with. SiO2, polymer sealant, Carnauba, Montan wax. So it can be difficult to apply evenly because it gets absorbed so quickly you hardly have a chance to evenly distribute it throughout the panel. So my remedy would be try another coating or two. If that doesn't work, try to remove it with an IPA solution. Panel prep would be best. And if you're not successful there, a light cleaner polish would do to remove it and start from scratch. Okay, next, Chris from California, working on an F-150 Lariat, silver, and he wants to use the Turtle Wax Solutions, Hybrid Solutions products, but finds them a bit confusing. There are 5 of them. They all have, SiO2, ceramic wax, and he wants to know how to go about using them correctly. Well, let me start from the beginning. After a wash and a clay, and you want to straighten out maybe some imperfections or some scratches, or you just want to give it a little bit extra shine and some pop before you protect it. You're going to start with the very first one from the Hybrid Solutions, which is going to be their ceramic polish and wax. This has platelet abrasives, so it's going to cut evenly and thoroughly. It's going to take a little longer to cut than some polishes, so be patient with it. I'm not exactly sure from your email what you're going to be using, a dual action polisher, rotary, one of those little hand buffers, or by hand, but just be patient with it. It doesn't dust. You can work it for a long period of time, and while you are working the paint and removing some slight imperfections, you're also laying down a foundation coat of SiO2. A couple hours later, you can go ahead and grab the ceramic spray coating and use this as your foundation or your base coat of protection. This is going to be the main coating right here. Then, once that's cured, give that 24 to 48 hours to cure properly. In comes the ceramic wash and a wax. This can be used to clean. This is going to be your shampoo for your contact wash. This has a little bit of SiO2, so while you're cleaning, you're also laying down a little bit of maintenance, SiO2. While it's still dry, use this as a drying aid. This is the ceramic wet wax, one step. Can be used as a wet wax for a drying aid, mostly what I use it for, but you could use it for a quick detailer as well. And in between washes, maybe you're taking your car to a show, you want to give it just a quick shot of gloss, or it's just a little bit dusty, or there's a little spot of a bird dropping, and you want to remove some of that without washing the whole car. That's where this guy comes into play. This is a 3-in-1 detailer here, and this is to maintain all those layers of protection in between washes. I hope that clears it up a bit. If it doesn't, get back to me. But that's the order in which you would use the Hybrid Solution product line and when it should be used. So I hope that clears it up just a little bit for you. Okay, the next question comes from Chris Cabritas, and he wants to know the best way to clean Alcantara, suede, and some of your high-end interiors. A steamer is what I will pull out, and I'll hold the steamer back far enough. You don't want to get it close to the material, that'll damage it. Keep it about 6 inches or more back. Let that warm steam penetrate the fabric. And if you're working on a certain spot that has a stain, I like to use this guy right here. Come in and agitate the area, then follow up with a microfiber and dab dry. If you don't have access to a steamer, guys, take a microfiber towel, run it under warm water, wring it out. It's best to run it under hot water if you can, because by the time you wring it out and get it to the car, it'll cool down. That'll be safe enough. But you want to wring it out that it's just damp, not dripping wet, just damp. Spread the warm, damp towel over the affected area, the Alcantara, the suede, and let it penetrate and do its work, do its magic for about 5 minutes or so. Lift it off, grab your soft detailing towel, work that area that's affected, and come in and follow up with a dry detailing towel and dry the area, dab it, and you should be good to go there. If it's something that is extremely dirty and a real hefty, heavy-duty stain, grab some CarPro Multi-X and just mist it on there first. Then bring in your heat from your steamer or the wet towel, and that should do it. All right, the next question comes from JerCap, and he wants to know if he's using the LVR 403 from Extreme Solutions. I just did a showcase on that product. Excellent. What that is it'll correct and clear up the paint, bring out some clarity and depth, especially on darker paint jobs, and it lays down a foundation layer of acrylic. Once that cures fully, you can pretty much lay anything on top of that. And he wants to know if he can lay down DPC Shield on top of that. Sure you can. It'll work. Just let the 403 cure properly before you do so. 24, 48 hours if you can. And he wants to know, should he use an IPA solution before he lays it down? He doesn't want to remove the acrylic that's laid down. Once it's finally cured, what I do, I'll grab an IP solution or panel prep, and instead of spraying directly onto the panel, I'll mist it into a microfiber and use that to clean up and remove polish residues. So that's the only thing that's left behind then is that foundation layer of acrylic. Then you can layer whatever you want on top of that. It really gives it a deep, glossy look that is very unique, and I absolutely love it. All right, guys, let's continue on with the top detailing products, the year-end awards, top three. Top three category in this video, we're going to take care of cutting compounds. And probably no secret to any of you that follow the channel on a regular basis, number one for me is going to be 3D ACA 500. Nothing beats it. Number two for me is going to be Sonax Cutmax. If you want to know why, guy, I have so many videos on each of these products here. You can revert back to those in any of my correction series on different types of cars, or even the cutting compound series that I did, where I put them on a test panel and show you how far they cut, how far they finish. That will answer all your questions because it shows each one of these products in great detail. Number three, to round out the top three spots for cutting compounds, is going to be the 3D AAT 501. That's the adaptive abrasives that they have, quite different from the alpha ceramic abrasives in the 500. And then, you know, if you want an honorable mention, 3D1 cuts so well, that's going to be number 4 for me. I'll just lay that out there. And by the way, I've been asked this question because I showcase 3D ACA and 3D1 so much. Am I sponsored by them? I can honestly say I bought every one of my 32, 33 ounce containers on my own and have never spoken to anybody from 3D Car Care. I don't even know who works there. I don't know who owns it. I just know I love their formulas when it comes to correction. I don't like their pads. I can really pass on everything else from the Car Care product line, but when it comes to correction, which is what I do every day, all day, I really can't see myself or the shop not having these. All right, next question goes to David Jenny, and he has a 2019 Z51 3LT. Congratulations, fellow Corvette owner. He has the Kalahari interior, which is just absolutely beautiful. And he wants to know how to care for it, and there's a stain on the backrest of one of the seats. So let me give you a nice little team that you can pick up or look into. So the Sonax leather cleaning foam is gentle yet powerful enough. I just spray it on the end of a detailing brush and I work it in the leather, the Kalahari, very lightly. And 9 times out of 10, that's going to take care of it. If you have anything a stain that is deeper or needs a little bit more oomph to get it out, then CarPro Multi-X or a little bit of Power Clean will take care of that, and it's safe for it. I would dilute it 5-to-1, but that would be, I really haven't had to go to use anything heavier than that on that type of a seat. When it comes to protection, and from what I've been reading here, you do understand that there's a top coat on modern leather, so it's kind of similar to clear coat. It is a plastic, it is pliable because you're singing it, it's movable, it's not going to crack. But conditioners and products like conditioners are really nonsense because they can't penetrate that top coat to get into the leather to condition it. It just kind of transfers back onto your clothes. If you have worn leather, cracked leather, or leather near the seams, it might help a little bit, but for an entire panel of leather like a bolster or a backrest, it's not going to condition really anything. So products for protecting leather and that type of leather. Gyeon Preserve, it's on the lower end of the scale, won't last forever, but it protects leather from spills and UVA, UVB. It cures to a nice satin look. It even feels natural and smells like leather. A small step up from that is the Gyeon Leather Coat, and they do have Gyeon Shield, which is a ceramic coating kit. But if you're going to go that far, what I'm going to recommend then is IGL Leather. I just did a video on IGL Leather on my car, and that's what I would recommend for long-term protection. And again, dries looking natural, feels natural, doesn't change the smell of the interior, and that's what I would recommend. All right, next, Eric Wagenast has a 2019 Charger. I love those. Those are gorgeous. And he wants to use the Eagle One wheel cleaner as an iron remover. And he's worried about the plastics on it. And that's a newer vehicle. So a lot of the newer vehicles, the newer they are, the cheaper and thinner that plastic trim is going to be around wheel wells, any plastic trim. So actually any iron remover, it doesn't matter if that's a wheel cleaner that you want to use on the paint, you can do that because wheels mostly have clear coat on them anyways, so it's kind of similar. But even a dedicated iron remover, the newer cars tape off the plastic trim. Then you don't have to worry about staining, run marks from the iron remover running down that you missed, that maybe you didn't flush afterwards properly. And then you pull it out in the sun, yes, it can stain. So especially on a newer car and even on older cars, go ahead and tape off that plastic trim around the wheel wells and down at the bottom of the car. All right, the next question goes to Kyle Marks, and he wants to know about microfiber towels. He's heard different stories, conflicting stories about what to do with towels when you're using them with SiO2. All right, so this is what I do here at the shop. If I'm using a full-blown kit that's 75% or 70% concentration or higher, those towels automatically do get downgraded to wheels, wheel wells, engine compartment, door jambs. I will not use those on paint again. Anything lower than that, if I'm working with tack, Moonlight, or an SiO2 spray sealant or coating, I have a bucket of warm water standing by with an ounce or two of Power Clean in there. They're going to get thrown directly into there right after I'm done using the towel. It doesn't give it a chance to start to cure. And then when I'm done working on the car, those get thrown in the washer, tumble dry. You know the deal with how to wash them. Those I will reuse again, and I have no qualm about using them on clear coat because I've tested those again on panels with real soft, thin clear coat, and they're absolutely fine. So I hope that clears it up a little bit. That's how I do it here at the shop. Okay, Jacob Johnson wants to get into detailing, and he wants to know, should he go work for somebody? Because who he has eyed up, they do work by quantity, trying to get done as much as they can, more than quality. And I believe if you're like me, you would probably want to work for yourself and just, concentrate on quality over quantity, charge more, make up for, pushing out 5-6 cars a day by doing one properly at a professional level. So that's what I would recommend. They're probably not going to pay you enough to make what you would if you're doing it on your own, and before you go do that, take proper training. I have yet to hold some classes here this year. Hopefully in 2020 I can change that, but you know, if you let me know what state you're in, I can point you in the right direction. But there's training all over the country. If you become a member of the IDA, there's online training. Plus, you get hooked up with so many other members that can educate you and train you, and then go out and you'll be doing very well. I could tell you that. So it really beats working for somebody that doesn't care about what they do. They just want to pump out as many cars as they can throughout the day to make profit. And hey, that's what we're here to do. Some of it just go about it a different way. I myself like to go with a high quality job and charge a lot for it. After all these years, I luckily can do that in my area. Not everybody can, and every area is different. But that's just the way I look at it. So I hope that helps. That's going to do it for Mail Call today, guys. I really love the questions that you send in, so I'll put the email link down below so you can keep sending those questions in. A lot of them I'll respond with an email back. The good, you know, interesting. I'm trying not to repeat myself with the questions during Mail Call, so I'll pull out some unique questions and use them in Mail Call. The rest of them I will get back to you. Just be patient with me. That's all I ask. And I will continue with top 3 end of year, and then look forward after the new year to a small series of top 3 or top 5 products all the way across the board. I'm talking spray sealants, protection products, correction products, and tools. So if you don't have any questions, Brian from Apex Detail, I'll catch you in the next video. Also, if you are enjoying the content, please be sure to like, subscribe, share the content, and hit that notification bell.